Welcome to cycle 3, treatment 1. I'm in bed. I've had my pick all changed and cleaned, and I've seen a doctor because for the last couple of days I've had burning feet, which we all think is neuropathy, nerve related. So I also have some weird pains going on in my head. So yes, doctor has come and spoken to me about these things, and I've had a blood test done, so we need to get results from the blood test, and I need to see the doctor again before we start chemo. So that's where I'm up to now.
What's happening and like what happened last week is not quite
Good evening. I just wanted to do a little update as I am home, but we finished off all of the chemo and I got my fertility injection today. Everything in my blood tests were fine. My neutrophils today were 0.33, which is still pretty low, but the highest I have had so far. That's about it. I was telling the doctors today about my burning feet. I don't really know how to explain it. It started off with my second and third toe feeling a little bit funny, but then now it's all of the toes and it goes from the ball of my foot to my toes. So that's not fun. It feels like I'm walking on fire. For those who have stepped on a hair straightener, that's how it feels, but on that whole portion of my foot. So they just said to keep an eye on it, but it's just weird that it's happening at the end of the cycle. Excuse my wobbly arm. If it's shaking, I don't know how much it shakes in the video. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Whilst I was having chemo, I got a bit hungry, so I was telling my older sister and my niece, they came with me today, that for a while I've just been craving pasta. Just pasta, creamy pasta. So for about 10-15 minutes I was just talking about pasta. So we were going to get pasta on the way home for lunch. However, we ended up going into the youth centre because I just wanted to tell the people about something, and we started a new puzzle. It's a 500-piece puzzle with different colours. I don't know if you remember in a previous video, there was a 1,000-piece puzzle of rock. About, I'd say 800 pieces were orange rock. The other 200 were mixed between blue and green. It was just a ridiculous puzzle. But that one had to be removed off the table because they needed the table or something and no one was contributing to it. So today I decided a new one. So my sister, niece and I, we finished the border and started filling it in, and I'm very pleased with it, so I hope there's progress when I go in next time. If not, it should be finished, in which case I want to see it, but we'll see. Came home. Well, actually in the car I was already starting to feel really, so this was about 2 o'clock, 2:30-ish. Chemo finished. I don't know, everything got delayed. My chemo drugs, again, weren't ready when I got there today, but it didn't matter too much because we didn't start chemo till after the blood test because I wanted to make sure it was okay. But yeah, we left, and then yeah, in the car I was just kind of like dozy, and then we got home and then I just went and like crashed on the couch for a little while. Didn't go to sleep, just kind of vegged out for a while. Ended up watching a movie with the family, well, 2 of my nieces, and managed to eat a little something. We didn't end up getting pasta because none of us was hungry. None of us were hungry at that point, so that'll have to be for another day when I'm feeling okay. But yeah, I ended up just having like some spring rolls and little, I don't know, other things in the entertainment pack. Otherwise, that's it. And another thing that was interesting today was my temperature was 37.4, which is still in the medium range, but mine generally sits in the 36. So interested to know why it was a little bit high today, because I also was quite cold. I don't know, it was just odd. But I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm very tired and I'm looking forward to sleeping, so I'm really hoping I sleep, because I don't think I've mentioned it before, but insomnia is a good friend of mine at the moment. I find that I sleep well for the first, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours, and then the rest is interrupted, hot flushy, uncomfortable, tossing, turning, just mess till morning. So that's fun too. But right, I'm saying good night, and I'll catch up when there's something to update. So good night, have a good sleep, and I'll see you later. Hello and welcome to my mum's bedroom. Well, at least my mum's bed and pillow that you can see. Anyway, I thought I'd do a little update. It's Thursday, the something, and today I had my PICC line dressing changed, which went well. Nothing too drastic. Selena was there with me today. And then after that we went and had lunch at Dome. I was craving fish and chips, so I finally had some fish and chips. And then back home, and I'm just lounging around like the lazy shit I am. No, but in all seriousness, I've been very tired the last week, and the nerve pain in my feet is absolutely horrendous. For a couple of days I wasn't taking anything for it, and then I don't know, one of my nurses messaged and asked how I was going after treatment, and I just said like I'm a little bit tired, but like my feet are what's causing me the problem, and they already knew about this when I was actually at the hospital having chemo. But anyway, she said she'd send a prescription to my local chemist for pregabalin, which is also known as Lyrica, and she said that it's very effective with nerve pain and neuropathy caused by chemo. So I've been on that for a couple of days, and then today the same nurse messaged asking how I was getting on with the drugs, and I said to her that I'm still feeling a lot of pain in my feet, like walking is difficult and it just feels like burning and everything, and I feel like I get maybe 2 hours or so during the day where they're not too bad, not gone, but not too bad. So she spoke to my doctor, and now I'm taking 3 a day. So I was on 2 a day, now it's 3 a day. That's that. My feet feel like they're on fire, and they're really hot. They were hot to touch as well. Walking around is awful. The carpet, anything textured, it feels like my feet are being sliced open by 1,000 little razors. And walking on tiles is the most bearable, but you know, not everywhere is tiled. Wearing shoes, any kind of shoe, is also very painful, so for the most part I've been waddling around like a duck. Even laying in bed, the sheets touching my feet is awful, and oh, it's not fun. As you can see, I'm currently laying here snuggled up in a blanket. 1, because it's cold, and 2, I haven't got a head, beanie, anything on. You don't need to see that. I don't think there's anything else to report. But yeah, that's it. See you later. Hello, just doing a little ending to Chemo 5, I think, treatment 5. Yes, treatment 5. So my feet have driven me absolutely crazy the last week and a half. They have a combination of feeling like they are being ripped, like they're being burnt, like they're being stabbed, like they're just completely awful. There's also the feeling of my toenail area. Imagine a kebab stick, like the long pointy things that are going through the cuticle and then going up. That's what the top side of my toes feel like. I'm in the car park and there's lots of people walking around. It's very busy today. I'm lucky I got a parking spot. Forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so basically my feet. Walking on them is horrendous. I'm like waddling along like a duck, taking tiny little steps. Walking on cold, flat tiles seems to be the most comfortable, even though that's still causing me a little pain. And walking on carpet, I feel like again I'm being stabbed from the bottom of my feet. So getting around is not very easy. I am currently walking around in new socks and like slides, which is still uncomfortable, but the most comfortable out of all the things like slippers and sneakers and thongs and things like that. Another way of feeling the pain, you know, when you've got new shoes on and it's like rubbing and it's ripping your skin, that's also another feeling. So that's my feet, and I've been prescribed Lyrica, which is also known as pregabalin. I don't know if I mentioned it in my previous one. I haven't started editing this one. Oh, I have. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, so I started on that twice a day, but now I'm on it 3 times a day. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure it's working. I was Googling the drug and everything, and sometimes it was saying that it can take up to a couple of weeks to work. For some people, it can take a week. Some people, it basically starts working instantly. And for some people, it takes longer than a couple of weeks. So I don't really know. But that's that. I'll be talking to my doctors about that tomorrow. My eyebrows, I don't know if you can see, but they're definitely a lot more sparse than my previous videos. And my eyelashes, you can see the bottom, they're quite thin and They're patchy and falling out. Oh look, there's an eyelash on my cheek. But yeah, that's my eyelashes. My mouth has been very dry this fortnight, and I think that's because of the Lyrica. But yeah, honestly, apart from my feet, this 2 weeks, this treatment has been all right. Like mentally and my body and physically, like I feel good, but I can't do anything because most things require your feet to get around. So that's frustrating. But anyway, I'm going to leave things here because there's nothing else to say, and now it's the beginning of treatment 5, which is the end of cycle 3. So I will see you all in the next one, and goodbye.